Tim Fitzsimmons, your first runner this weekend at the Singapore Turf Club. Many years of preparation have now come to this, and Tim, the licence holder, how good does that sound?
It's great, mate. Yeah, it's been a long time to get to this point, but slowly, I'm finally getting there, and it's exciting to have my first runner.
Indeed, your first runner is Petit, who's been sent to you. And interestingly enough, Michael Rodd's going to take the ride, so you remain obviously in close contact with Michael. But on Petit, how is she, and how happy with you? How happy with her are you with her preparation?
She's good, mate. Look, she had a few issues, so we've just been trying to sort those out. She trialled the other day, probably needed the trial. She's going really good. You know, whether her fitness will be 100%, I'm not so sure, but she has come on a lot from the trial, so I'm expecting her to run really well. Hopefully.
We look forward to seeing her in action, Tim. We just had a look around. You've still got half a dozen at the moment. You're off to the sales shortly, so certainly building the team up gradually. Are you pleased with the horses you've got at the moment? Pleased with the way things are going?
I am, Nick. Had a lot of support from the Elite stable, Peter Lee from Buffalo stable, RX7 with Petit, and then I've got some new owners. I've got 6 more on the way, and then hopefully to get to the sales and get some nice 2-year-olds. That's the plan.
Certainly exciting stuff. And how excited can you get, Tim? Obviously, you always seem quite a reserved sort of chap, but I imagine having your first runner is probably like having your first ride in a race or something like that. It must be terribly exciting.
It is very exciting. Yeah. It's a bit, few nerves. You just want everything to go well, but you know, I'm lucky enough to have worked for Cliff for so long, and he's a pretty cool, calm customer. I know all the process, but having it in your name is obviously a whole different kettle of fish. But no, very excited.
And you've worked with obviously some very good trainers, Cliff the most notable here in Singapore. Is it very much a case of sort of attempting to copy what Cliff does, or obviously I imagine you've picked things up along the way and you wish to sort of implement your own style?
For sure, but you know, the blueprint is there. I know what works here, you know, and I love the way Cliff trains. Obviously, there are small things you're going to change because he won't be there telling you what to do. So, but you know, I think I'm just really lucky to have worked here for so long and know the system, because it is a lot different to training in Australia, and you have to adapt. And I think that, you know, hopefully gives me an edge, that I'm not completely new to the place, you know.
Absolutely. And just finally, Tim, on jockeys, obviously I imagine you'll do everything in your power to try and get Michael Rodd to jump on board some of yours, and obviously he has been helping you out. But of the other riders here in Singapore, are there a few names that we can expect to see on a Fitzsimmons trained runner?
Yeah, look, mate, I'm happy to use the best available. It's been really fitting that Michael gets to ride my first horse, which is great because we're good friends, and I'm looking forward to that. But you know, I will use whoever wants to help me out, whoever's available, and you know, I'm happy to work in with owners, but you know, Ben Thompson, Daniel Moore, Harry Cassam, apprentices. You know, I'm happy to use everybody.